Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Ray Reynolds here with RaceCredit.com. Ultimate goal, hold your hand every step of the way. Get you to the money. The bottom line is getting to the dream. Ultimate goal today, get a tablet and pen. Don't take any pictures. Do not record. You got to get it here. The ultimate goal is put it in the brain, know how to play the game. First on that piece of paper, write down June 17, 2021. That's called blackjack. Next thing we're going to do is write down December 31st, 2021 too. See, between now and the end of the year, I want to make sure you get to the $1 million dream. If you did everything I told you to do, you can literally have $1 million in the bank. But would you want it in the personal account or the corporate account? If you said personal, you get to keep $375. The rest goes to the taxes, IRS. You said corporation, you get to keep all the money, absorb it, and pay the bills first. See, how you play the game is how you learn to win. Now, I don't know how you didn't do this last year and the year before that too. But today, let's give you some rules and tools how to play. Now, there's a front door of one of my mansions before I died in a coma, one of my yachts, and one of my Lamborghinis too, and a building. See, you get to play. But procrastination is the killer of a dream. Did you forget something yesterday, today, till tomorrow too? Ultimate goal, we can't do that anymore. Remember, time, we don't control it, but we do control the time, what we do with it. That's the key. Ultimate goal is to understand how to play. For me, it was stealing off the pier, begging and eating out of a trash can, from homeless to million to billion. Ultimate goal is pretty simple to do. I wrote the rules and the tools. Maybe today you'll pay attention and write it down. Let me show you. It's very simple. I was 7.5. Listened to a poker game every Wednesday night. They said a corporation's a legal person. Can you write that down, please? You see, I thought I heard a corporation's a legal person. If I come up with the blueprint, the rules, and the tools, I can get out of hell, even though I'm 7.5 years old. So what did I do? I wrote it down, circled it 10 times. They told me I was weird. I rode my bicycle, Torrance Police Department the next day, went to the library next door. I asked the lady, what does this mean? She said, here's a Montefische's book. Well, the reality is I read her book. All right, at the end of the day, I got a little upset and got pissed off. It didn't give me what I needed. It didn't give me the rules, the tools, and the blueprint. So I went to the library almost every day from 7 to 9 years old. You see, I wanted to get possessed and understand how do I do this. Every grown-up I asked, how do you do it? They didn't know themselves too. Connecting the dots, so that's what I want you to do. And that's what I did for me. Now, if you got a corporation today, and you've been sitting there going, that's about it, because that's what they say 9 out of 10 people do. They set it up, then they sit there wondering what's next. Let's create the blueprint. Let's give it a life, okay? Is that okay with you? You see, after going to that library for almost, 2 years, I created something and I set away a little money order. Started helping hand industries, by the way. Got 100,000 in the mail. And you know what happened next? It went worldwide. And then they used it in the movie Dave. You see, I got my first million at 14.5. And I bought a Lamborghini Quintas too, the one in front of you. You get to learn to play. Today, please write down getting past go. I believe you're stuck. See, I got my Lamborghini collection. All right, got my Duffys, got my 6th mansion at the time. I broke the record for the highest kick on the planet in 1981. Just wanted to prove white men do jump, and stupid people say we don't. Ultimate goal, simple. I parked my race butt in my backyard. My helicopter. Got my yacht. Don't forget about the Ferraris too. My question to all of you is, why haven't you done this? I don't understand. Can you write down Ray's rules today? I'll bet you spend thousands of dollars on somebody going blah, blah, blah. That's okay, as long as you give you rules and tools how to play. Ultimate goal, there's my life, July 4, 2009. We took people on that corporate yacht. Everything I touched turned to gold since I was 4. The next day, I'm in a coma. I get to hear he's going to die. Hear my wife scream her head off too. I heard someone trick her to sign a POA that day. It's called a power of attorney, by the way. I ended up having H1N1 pandemic 9. Got to die, go to the other side. Got a choice to come back to. I said, let me go back, please. My wife screaming her head off too. Ultimate goal, here's your problem. The lack of knowledge is why you brought the pain home time after time. The reality is you don't know how to play, you don't know the rules and the tools. You never had to bring the pain home since you were about 18 years old, by the way. You did it because of lack of knowledge. Now, they nicknamed me the Godfather of Credit in 2008 because I did $3.6 billion for my clients of credit, by the way. Credit rebuilding, can you write that down, please? The ultimate goal is this. The world having bad credit sucks and it ruins your whole life everywhere you turn. Now, here's federal law. That says they're Federal Trade Commission. See, this credit repair companies, what it tells you flat out, are breaking the law. First of all, they're fraud. Next, they can't collect money up front, and all they do is go not mine line late kind of crap. Kind of like some of you did try to do that too. That doesn't basically cut it. So getting to know me is pretty simple. All right, I trained Ken Yarborough, security chief at TRW Experian years ago too. Now, if you like, I'd like to train you just a little bit today. Can you write Credit Services Act, please? Google it later today. It'll take you to that page I just showed you too. Then they're going to refer to the Credit Repair Organization Act, where it says attorneys can't do credit repair. See, your credit's not broken, ladies and gentlemen. If it's bad, you screwed it up. You have to rebuild it. That's just the truth. You can build a relationship and dreams with me if you like. Ultimate goal, that information provided to you is from the Federal Trade Commission. Ultimate goal is simple too. You see, I broadcast up to 3 times a day, Monday through Friday, and all day Saturday. So understand, I don't like pre-recorded crap. I want you to understand you're stuck with me at every seminar, workshop, and boot camp. You see, I'm going to hold your hand and get you there every step of the way. Now, understand something. There's 1,000 steps to get to the $1 million dream. That's all it takes. And all you got to do is follow through. By the way, let me give you the first 25 steps today. Ultimate goal is up to you. Well, first thing I'd like you to do is always remember to go to raisecredit.com, clickety-clack, get your credit reports for free. From there, what you get to do is step 1, give me the report numbers, by the way. I get to put it in my system and make your score go up, and away. Now, let's understand, I'm going to ask you a question called why. My first thing is asking why. Why do you have an SSN? That's a Social Security card, by the way. Ever since I was a kid, I always asked why you want me to do this or that. I tear things apart and research it too. It's like, why do you have an SSN for you? Pull it out of your personal wallet now. Let's read it front and back. That's step number 2. It'll say do not laminate, do not use for ID purposes. It tells you right on the card. It's property or source administration, not even you. It's not even yours. So the bottom line is we get to go because they gave us a number to do that with too. We only get one of those. Why I invented Rapid Score? Because I can help everybody's score go up 40 to 200 points right away. Ultimate goal, if you give me the report numbers, I put it in my system and your score will go up, and away in about 90 working days. Now remember one thing, that's step number 3. It'll never go past 6 months, period, 180 days, unless you don't do what I asked you to do and you keep screwing up again and again too. You see, I have a 100% success rate, but I need you to follow through too and be part of the program as well. I might do all the work, but I want you to be a part of it too and understand how the process works. Remember, rapid rescore for you, 40 to 200 points, by the way. I took a picture of Credit Karma because it's free. They have no phone number to help you anyway. You see on their system, and anything in 29% is in the green, 30's in the yellow, anything above that's in the red. You see, the bottom line is you don't know how to play the game. Now here's a client. She had a 500 score. What I got her is 157 points. It shows it right on Credit Karma too, because it's free. In 45 working days, by the way. Now, bad credit, I'm sorry to say, screws up everybody's life. Everywhere you turn, it's like they say no, no, no. So if you give me the report numbers right away, I put them in my system, I analyze you right away. You have 12 acts like the Fair Lending Act, Credit Repair Organization Act, and so many things. See, the process of reversing the negative credit to creditor and credit bureau. Now, I might even ask you to negotiate a debt or two. We're also going to might take about legal action method too. See, when I sued Chase Bank years ago, I brought their president, Santa Ana, to court and I kicked his assets too. The judge made them give me another extra $5,000. You have more rights than you ever thought you do. Ultimate goal, remember, today. If you want your credit rebuilt to a 750 guaranteed, all right, I'm going to charge you $499. That's it. I mean, Mark here has been with LexingtonLineCreditRepair.com for 27 months. All right, $2,700, $100 a month. And he said, Ray, I still got shitty credit today. Well, I'm sorry to say, all right, the bottom line is they just go, what, not nine, not late, not mine, kind of like people try to do. You have to rebuild it. And one of the things I always like you to do is I have classes all day on Saturday. I have a workshop called Education Analyzation. It's usually every Saturday at 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. I want you to go and listen and learn if you want to. Ultimate goal, remember, average case is 90 days, working days. Now, no case goes past 180 days unless you don't follow through if I ask you to do one or two things. You're the only one who delays the process of what we do. Now, if during this live webinar, you would Zelle $4.99, I will give you a $1,000 Visa cash card at the end of the program. That means you're refunding yourself, get an extra $500 in your pocket, and still have a 750 score. See, my goal is to make sure you do it right. Next thing is to take away all your excuses too. So at the end of the day, I give you a money back guarantee in writing. Ultimate goal is pretty simple to do. Every bank takes Zelle. All right, you make me the recipient. You don't put my phone number, you put my email address at ray@rayscredit.com. Or you can basically bank transfer or deposit. We bank at Chase or B of A. Take a picture of that page today, you're probably going to need it too. Ultimate goal, you added yourself to the national mailing list. Nobody did it but you. That's how you get all that junk mail. That's how you get half the robocalls you get too. Why don't you call this phone number I'm about to give you? Write it down now. 888-567-8688. Opt out to 5 years. Let's see if we can get rid of that junk mail you get every day. That's step number 4, by the way. You see, I want you to plan the problem. This is the biggest problem that people have. They don't plan the problem. Somebody knocks them down, takes it away, and gets in their way too. Now, I need you to write down safety credit. Here's an example of 2 cards of $50,000 apiece. Problem about personal credit is the rules and tools you don't know. You'll hear things today you never heard before. You take out your cards from your personal wallet. You put a stick in the back of the card. You write down the limit, 25-29%. You see, you are the one who screwed up your credit. The moment you take any card past 29%, it's like, plop. You dropped your score. You got stuck. You couldn't get any more. That's just the truth, by the way. Now, we have to write down a line of defense. See, in your city today, you see banks and grocery stores that have bankrupt locations, wrote off on their taxes, and got a tax credit. See, they know how to play the game. All right, but not you. You like to bring the pain home to you and your family too, right? Why don't we stop that right away? Don't forget the sticky behind those cards. Please, 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 please write down never bring the pain home again. See, I had to master the rules and tools myself, and I research every day. I usually read about 10 books at a time. All right, besides, when I was a kid, I thought the grown-ups were just stupid. Reality is when I got older, I realized it was true. Understand, you're going to have to repackage you. Let me do the work for you. Step number 5. Ultimate goal, the only one screwing up your credit is you. You take it past 29%, what happens? Up and down again and again. So you got to realize today, if you lost your job or had an emergency, what would you do? The average person does the same thing. They run out of time, they run out of money, and they jack up their credit to 42%, screw it all up in 42 days. I don't get it. Why would anybody, including you, use the wrong money in the first place? I know you don't like bringing the pain home, so stop starting today. I'd like to repackage you. Your house, car, bank account. Hopefully you wrote that down too. You see, the choice is simple today. Listen and learn how I build credit from a cat. Cats have 9 lives. And if you let me rebuild you, so will you. Inc. Magazine, look at that article right there. How to finance anything by using plastic. I'm in that book right there. Understand. Corporation can write off the interest rate of the credit card line of credit. It can finance itself and write it all off. Why would anybody take the money from their family to start a business and screw it up and bring the pain home? That's kind of dumb. And if I can build credit from a cat, I probably can do it for you too. Now, let's pretend right now you need $5,000 now. You ask your friends, your family, the bank, they all say no. What are you going to do? You backed yourself in a corner, by the way. Here's a $5,000 card in my hand, like the one on the screen. They say if you had the worst credit in the world today, you still waste $50 every other day. All right, don't know if it's true, but if I max out this card today, the payment's $50 a month. So if the average person is pissing away $50 every other damn day, $50 a month would not be a problem too. You see, that's called safety credit, by the way. Ultimate goal, they also say you waste $140 a week. If that's true, if I max out one of these cards today, let's use common sense. The payment is $612.26. So what the average person wastes in a given month, they could have taken $50,000 credit card, and they could have got 2 pizza restaurants with a drive-through during a pandemic. Stop wasting money. Quit bringing the pain home. Is that okay with you? Ultimate goal, that's number 6. So the next thing we got to think about is this. I want you to believe in yourself and reach all your goals. I reached all mine by the time I was 26. So when I understand one thing, I believe in God and I believe in me. You see, when I was a little boy, at 10 years old, I was kicking the door jamb. All right, and I broke the record for the highest damn kick on the planet in 1981 to prove white men do jump and stupid people say we don't. I was just kicking the basketball hoop. Hell, that's 10 feet. See, if you can touch it, you can kick it. So let's understand, you might have some dummies around in your life too. You can't do this or that. Do yourself a favor. Don't listen to them. God gave you a gift and a dream. Why don't you see it, believe, go get it. Now let's go back to why you started your SSN. Social Security number. You got it to get a job. Congratulations. Then they tax you before you got your leftover. Then they tax you check every day for the rest of your life till you die, and hopefully you get in probate too. You started the 1040. It's all your fault too. Remember, IRS public record. Who's going to teach you how to play the game? No book on this planet teaches is what I teach today. The reality is they just go blah, blah, blah. Got to give you some rules and tools. SSN got your Experian, Treasury, and Equifax. The moment you jacked up that card past 29%, plop. You dropped your score, got stuck, couldn't get any more. Please write a sticky behind those cards, please. Now, let's understand. The other reason we got an SSN, we're the collateral for the United States of America Incorporated, by the way. Ever since Nixon took the gold standard out, they can't help themselves by printing money 24/7. So the ultimate goal is pretty simple to understand. All right? I want you to write down Ray's rules again and again. But this time I want you to write down $100,000. It's only 2 cards. It's hardly a weight in your pocket too. And then you only use 29%. See, that would have gave you $71,000 of safety credit, just in case blanket the fan, lost a job, got a pandemic. The average pandemic's about 18 months. But when the average consumer, probably you, took the money and credit from the family, rolled the dice, started business, and brought the pain home, they never had to. Can you write down never bring the pain home again, please? I want you to start using the right money in the first place, please. Ultimate goal, write down Ray's rules again and again. Could you imagine? I'm going to give you the rules and the tools and the steps how to do this, follow through. I'm going to do the work for you and take away all your excuses too. Now what are you going to do? Go back to be stuck, or you want to step up to the plate and learn to win? That's up to you. Step number 7, by the way. My first coma, 5.5 years old. Last one, 2009. Can you imagine? We take out a corporate yacht from my backyard. Someone was sick. They had swine flu and pneumonia. All right, they shouldn't have been on the yacht, but they killed me the next day. I died at 5:41. Got to go to the other side, but I got a choice: stay back and go back and stay in peace. I said go back, so now I get to help you. Now, I'm the most verified person on the planet, probably. You see, I want to show you my yachts, my race boat, my UDoc, the address at the time too. Google it. It's the #1 address Google in Huntington Beach. The bottom line is pretty simple. Show me yours. There in that picture, I'm dead. They're asking my wife if I am a donor. Getting rid of you, rip out my heart too. So understand is I got to come back with an oxygen tank, 5 weeks, to my score back to an 820. Next thing is I popped another card again. Don't you understand? I'm afraid to go back to the pier, stealing and begging off the pier, eat out of the trash can, so I have 5 closet divisions. Can you write it down, please? That means I have a backup for a backup. And if a grocery store, the bank, and the city can do this, so can you. Your problem, you're not paying attention. You're just letting life pass you by. Fighting through the pain, get out of closet division, go again and again and again too. You have the right to not bring the pain home since you're 18 years old. It's like me, I wake up every day at 2:25. I go to my knees, I say thank you Jesus for another day. I look in the mirror. I've always done something for me. I put myself in check. I don't believe any of you have ever done this. I don't think you take enough responsibility to look in the mirror and make sure you figure out why and then follow through. Try raise mirror test for 2 minutes. Stare at yourself. Do nothing. Then ask 2 questions. Have I completed everything I need to? No. Is there more to be done? Always. Problem is, you got a idea, a good, God gave you a gift and a dream, whatever you want to do, and you want to go get encouraged. You tell your friends and family, what do? Instead of encouraging you, they interrupt the heck out of you. Oh, you got to do it this way, that way. They all got a damn opinion. You realize their opinion, if they haven't got to million to billion, why would you listen to a bunch of dummies too? Do yourself a favor. Don't cloud your direction. I want you to play with me, and I want to do the work for you too. And in 90 days, shh. And if all of a sudden your life starts to change, they goes, how do you do this or that too? RaisCredit.com. Step number 8, by the way. Ultimate goal, God's the laser, not God's denials. See, I want you to go get the money, but I want to hand it to you. Is that okay if I hand you the money? I don't like stealing and begging off the pier, so I want to make sure I help you too. So remember, money pays the bills, feeds our family too. We're getting older, slower, we're not as pretty as we used to be. Go back to the job you hate. It's okay. Eventually they're going to fire you anyway. Then you're going to deliver some pizza. Is that your American dream? It's not mine, but it might be yours. You see, since I was 4, I always say, see it, believe it, go get it. It works for me. I see what I want, I believe it, I pray over it, God opens the door, and I go get it. How easy is that to do? We're only talking $2.6 billion under corporate structure by the time I was 26. I guess it worked pretty good for me. It can work for you. Step number 9. You see, we want to talk about grocery stores and banks in Sam's Club. They shut down 63 locations 2 years before pandemic. In California, not counting the other ones in other states too. Understand something. They closed locations they didn't want. They bankrupt. They wrote it off in their taxes, and then they got a tax credit. You see, they're playing the game. If you did this to you, you'd be going, boo-hoo-hoo. You see, you got a choice. Learn to play or go back to being stuck. Can you write down division and tax ID? It's about time you learn how to play. You even watched 11 cities fall bankruptcy, and you probably didn't pay attention to that besides you heard about it. I research everything. I tear everything apart. The United States of America Incorporated. All states are corporations. All cities are corporations too. They planned the problem just in case it happened to them too. See, they created a Chapter 9 bankruptcy in the Federal Protection Act. They get to bankrupt the debts of a city and stay in business, but not you. Heck, you had a bad day and brought the pain home to you and your family. Can we stop that, please? Apple Computer was in bankruptcy in 97. They're done, out of business. Mr. Bill Gates indicted 4 times because he's being so smart. But he wrote him a check for $150 million. And that's why they're worth trillions of dollars today. I want you to write down bankruptcy. Write it down now. When you look at it, this is the application you'll see online. What you'll see is SSN, SS4. We only have one SSN, so we're all a bunch of damn ducks. You can't win that way. SS4 Corporation, Division, Subsidiary, and more. See, you could learn to play the game if you just pay attention today. Can you write down Google bankruptcy? Now, I don't want to screw up anything, but I want to protect my family too. So let's remember that's step number 10 for you. I want world peace. I don't want to screw up anything at all, but I won't bring the pain to my family. Like you're going to stop doing that too. SSN equal 1040 to tax us. Get the leftover till we're dead. Put us in probate too. SS4 equals 1120. Line 10 there says banking and credit purposes. Was allowed a corporation. Credit cards, lines of credit, right off the interest rate in the cards too. And finance itself, but not you. See, you have to learn to play the game. IRS public record, by the way. So, do you want to still be, and who likes to be a quack quack? You like being a duck? Quack, 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 you're a quack, quack. Hell, we're all ducks. We only got one SSN. How are we going to still win with that? See, I'd like to replace you, rebuild you too, make you a division of a corporation, by the way. Sometimes being you probably sucks too. You could have did this since you're 18 years old. You see, this is what I heard at 7.5. Ready to read? It's right in front of you too. It's not legal advice, it's chapter 18. It says a corporation's a legal person and may sue or be sued. So what are we going to do? If you do the corporation thing and understand you could have done this since you're 18, someone's going to ask you if you're the member of the BBB. We get that question 3 times a day here. I sued him in '79 and I proved they were a fraud, but that was just me. The Better Business Bureau is the largest fraud on the planet today. Alright, you got 10 million companies will not play their damn game. Doesn't matter if it's Walt Disney or KBC, on and on too. Remember, they got indicted in 2013 for being a fraud. They had to bankrupt and change their name again and again too. Court said, get out of my city, you're a fraud since day one. That's not me. I'm just reading 2020 and CNN. You better pay attention today. It's like winning the game of business. I wrote that 40 years ago too. You got a choice. I have the 1,000 rules in 12 books and CDs. You can't even screw it up. If you did, all you have to do is go back where you left off. So you got a choice. The office sells it for $1,000. Live webinar, I give everything half price. I always have. So for $499, you get the 12 books and CDs for the Millionaires Founders Kit with 1,000 rules for you. And all you have to do is Zelle, or bank transfer deposit, B of A or Chase, and we'll ship it right away. Simple thing to do. Now, I was also the incorporator for most of the rich and famous people for years, 2019 of them too. Next thing is, I wrote a program. Alright, for people coming out of prison, they have to be rebuilt. Here's Freeway Ricky Ross after 20 years in prison. I rebuilt his credit, got him a gold and a platinum card too. Ultimate goal, last day, final moment, you can do this. This is my last and final broadcast today, because tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I have my Billionaire Boot Camp. That's my last and final one too. Ultimate goal, if you want to play Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in person, let me know, because California finally opened up on the 15th this week. So what you get to do, 800-510-3338. Maybe you want to go Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, or just one of the days too. But if you don't go and learn, what are you going to do? Go back to being stuck? You even get to bring a guest or two. I want you to beat your doubt, run your own race. But I want to do the work for you. That way you can learn how to play and put the information here too. Ultimate goal, that's step number 11. Now I got to get you past go. One of my mansions at the time was God's gift. I parked my race boat, my yacht in my backyard. Where you park yours? Helicopter, one of the buildings, and the Lamborghini too. On your piece of paper, could you write down, please? Change your driver's license to a P.O. box or mailing address. You don't have to. I'm just giving you a suggestion. You see, you wrote a check the other day, and your house got robbed the next day too. You gave them where you live. Don't you understand the world's getting worse every damn day? I'd like you to protect your ass. And quit bringing the pain home using Ray's rules. From here, understand something today. You even have the Driver's Privacy Protection Act too. See, you got to learn to play and protect your assets too. Step number 12. When I wrote the rules for divisions in '86, multiple functions, disconnect, isolate, incorporate, it's like separating pieces. Every grocery store and bank too, you can do that too. Cash and supply credit, ultimate goal. So if I got you a corporation and I got you a gold card, like I got someone earlier today, unlimited, paid over time, and I put it, let's say, into a corporation up to $1 million. And I had 9 divisions set up for you. I'd like to get you basically 9 sister cards. So would you like $1 million or would you like 10 million? See, you got a plan. You can go get this too. Every division for every piece of property. And a franchise. So if I had a division get screwed up like the bank and the grocery store do, or a city, I can bankrupt that piece, keep the other pieces, and not bring the pain home. Then I go set up another one too. If the banks can do this and the grocery store, so can you. Remember, I even wrote books. It's called Become the Bank, Tax Balancing, all right, and Buckets of Money. Ultimate goal, we gotta do your house, car, and bank account. I want to repackage everything you do. Look at the car you drive today. What did you do? You let someone sweat you for hours on end. You lost $5,000 up to 9 inquiries. You see, they handed you a piece of paper. They literally says, we need to run your credit. Can you fill this out, please? You filled it out, but then you let them do what they damn well please. When you sign it, from now on, Ray's rules, you write down next to your signature, it allows one inquiry, and you take a picture. Don't you understand? The dealers get $120 for every inquiry they get to sell you to. You allowed it. That's your fault. Take responsibility starting today. That car's registered to you. The noise when you drive it goes quack, 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 because you're a duck, sorry to say. It should have been purchased under a division and a tax ID. That's step number 13, by the way. I want you to cover your ass. Yes. So when you drive that car to the grocery store and the bank today, a little bumpity bump, they're going to sue you. What's going to happen next? They're going to first scream their head off. They got to put on a show. They're going to ask you driver's license, insurance, registration. So the driver's license, home address, I don't like it, but that's up to you. The insurance, you pay for it out of your paycheck, right? So that means your paycheck that's been taxed, you got the leftover, you're paying for the insurance, when a corporation, if you incorporated you, could have wrote it off before tax was considered. Okay. And no matter what I say or do, you're still the registered owner today. So the billboards with all the attorneys, the 44 on TV today, all right, sorry to say, I call them bloodsuckers. When they sue you, they're going to take everything you got. Maybe that registration of that car should have been a division versus you. Maybe you like to try to make sure they get diddly squat. Why not? But again, that's your choice too. I told you to plan the problem before anything screws up with you. By the way, that's step number 14. So this car, fleet price, tax ID, under a corporation, because it is the way it needs to be done, my rules, Ray's rules, it doesn't show up on personal credit reports. So this means if you had a repossession, all right, the IRS can give you a 1099-C. That wouldn't be nice at all. So you got to repackage yourself the right way. Kind of like when I had my 17 houses at 19. Everywhere I turned, there wouldn't be number 18. The moment I transfer them to divisions, freed up the credit report, no more loan-to-value problem, and I separate liability. One screws up, I still got 8 to go. Your paycheck today is taxed before you get the leftover. Corporations are allowed to pay all the bills first and pay tax if there is any leftover. So when it comes to pay zero tax on 10 billion, as Amazon did, all right, they had debt offset taxes. So you pay more tax than they do. Congratulations again. And don't say the word loophole. There's no loophole. It's just you have to play the SSN or SS4 game. That's all it is. You actually got to play both. But again, you could play like they do. It's pretty simple to do. They don't pay tax because they don't have to. You can play the same game if you want to. You got to respect the Internal Revenue Service too. Corporations don't pay tax until they make a profit. So we have to play the game. He's got a house worth 165 million? What's it made out of? Gold? All right, you know, you can join the club if you want to. It's up to you. Kind of like Walt Disney being the loophole king in Newsweek. Debt offsets taxes. They already had the billion in the bank. They don't want to pay tax, so they wrote an IOU to themselves. So in other words, Goofy and Mickey pay no tax, but you pay more tax than they do. Congratulations again. So Federal Express, Dish, Nike, all the companies, they break even. Amazing, they gave their president an $18 million bonus. Oh well. Can you draw the 4 boxes in front of you? Could you imagine if you incorporated you at 18? Because you can play SSN, SS4, and you set up the line of defense, the divisions become the ducks, not you. One got screwed up, what would we do? Keep all the good pieces and never bring the pain home. You didn't have to bring the pain home ever. But again, it's your choice. That's number 15. So, I'm an affiliate. I'm allowed to build credit or SSN, SS4 off my credit history too, if you'd like. But again, that's how we play. So remember, all right, up to 3 times a day, Monday through Friday, all day Saturday too. Live workshops, boot camps, seminars with me. I don't pass the buck. Ultimate goal today, if you want the credit rebuilding, Rapid Rescore, it's $499. That's it. $499. And you're allowed to go to a workshop on Saturday called Education Analyzation every Saturday as much as you want to learn more. Next thing is every case, average case is 90 working days. That's it. If it had to go no more, 180 days. But unless you keep screwing up again and again, that's on you. Now, if you Zelle the $4.99 now, I'm going to give you a Visa cash card. All right, it's $1,000. So it's like getting reimbursed, get the 750 score, and get a bonus of $500 in your pocket. See, I took away your excuses. I don't like excuses. It's called Zelle, or bank transfer or deposit too. It's all you got to do. But again, it's your choice today. So understand, starter package for millionaire. If you got a corp, I help build that one. Either way, I've got to do the credit rebuilding and the wrapper rescore. Articles of corporation, also has tax ID. Setup in level 1. I want you to play with me for 90 days. I want to do the work for you. But I want to show you exactly what's being done so you can put it here. Office charge is about $2,000. National average is $2,200. But I give you goodies. I always give you half price on a webinar with me, $999. Then I give you $10,000 of cash credit, 10 times your money back to you. I take away all those excuses again. Now, millionaire in the making, usually $4,000 instead. Half price is $1,999 to you. But ultimate goal, I build you $25,000 of cash credit. Again, 10 times back to you. No excuses. It's called Zelle, bank transfer deposit. That's pretty simple to do. And we expedite everything for you. I'd like you to run your life through a corporation. Now, hopefully you've done that as 18 or above or below. But that's up to you. You can pick SSN, SS4. It's all based on the game. So though our bottom line is a doctor or a CPA, they incorporate themselves every day. But that's step number 16 if you want to. Ultimate goal, all right, pay tax or buy a Lamborghini, debt offsets taxes. But you today get a paycheck and it's taxed before you get the leftover. And you're paying the payment, gas, registration, insurance on the car. Can you say no and drive a company car, please? It'd make more sense. But that's up to you too. That's number 17, by the way. Now, I want you to download an SS4 form today. I want you to understand what I tell you is factually verifiable too. SS4 equals 1120. Line 10 right in front of you says banking and credit purposes. So understand today, IRS public record. Number 18, step 18, go to irs.gov and download the SS4 form. I want you to verify I tell you the truth. You see, the United States of America Incorporated set up their 50 states corporations. That's called line of defense. The states set up their cities, called the line of defense too. They're corporations, but of course not you. You decided not to play the game, and you like bringing the pain home to you and your family too. See, they planned the problem. Like I told you in the beginning today, they invented a Chapter 9 bankruptcy. So they get to bankrupt the debts of a city and stay in business today. It's public record, check it out. You see, you are we the people. As long as you're trying, you're not dying. If you're not trying, you want to be dead. Remember, this is your constitutional right. Nixon took the gold standard out, all right, and they've been printing money 24/7. Mama, because hospitals are federally mandated that she must sign an SSN form within 3 hours or less after delivering the baby. If she don't sign the form, baby's not going home. Baby can't go in the stroller, the car seat, cannot go home at all. So understand how to play. Online, you're going to see websites that say you don't have to guarantee. I'm sorry, that's BS. To be a qualified CFO, you have to be the CFO, period, for cash credit, lines of credit, supply credit, vendor credit, marketing credit, lease credit, gas cards too. You have to be the qualified CFO. Ultimate goal is up to you. Now, if you think about the trade line crap, please check it out. Check out the Fair Lending Act first, because those don't work. And on top of that, I don't want to visit in prison. Check out the Fair Lending Act, please. Corporate credit, and write off the interest rate, the credit card line of credit. Can't do that for you, but a corporation can do. Again, it's up to you if you want to learn to play. The reason we expedite everybody is we get affiliate fees after we pop your credit. So the ultimate goal is get you the money, because money pays the bills. When you bought your house, I pray you did what I told you to do, raise rules. Escrow, close, homestead, put it in a trust. Oh, you didn't do that? So if they sue you, they take it away, and you're homeless like I was as a kid. All right, and bottom line is you die, it gets stuck into probate, and your family get diddly squat for your lack of planning too. Okay, so when you fix up a property and you hire that contractor that hires a subcontractor that stand outside Home Depot, good workers, if they slip and fall, cut corners, and sue you for all you got. You see, I told you to plan the problem, remember that? You could have thought, if you wanted to quickly deed any property to a division. Costs about $12. Then you could have done an assignment of equity too. At the end of the day, they sue you, they get diddly squat. Why not? Now, I like irrevocable trust. That's what I would pick. You might want to check it out too, but that's up to you. Ultimate goal, that's number 19, step 19. So if you're playing peekaboo with the IRS making a mess, knock it off. The IRS is the rule book. Corporations don't pay tax, so they make a profit. So let's understand something. Go back to irs.gov, download a form called 656 433 A and B, fix your problem, get your free money, get your bucket back in the system today. Step number 20. Next, the thing is, I don't put money in a piece of property. I never have. Even though I had $841 million under corporate structure before my coma. What do? I don't use my money. Why would I do that? I'm one of the original PMs, other people's money. Set up the divisions, save up to 70%, then I don't have to pay a bill for 30 to 60, 90 days anyway. Escrow closes. Simple. I got up to $200,000 left over. I use raise rules. Leveraging money. Borrow money's not taxable. I set up the line of defense. See it, believe it, go get it. Now that's blackjack called 21, step number 21. So here's my building, my office, all right, before the coma, Reynolds University, 22,000 square feet. Bank would be at the office almost every day going, Banks love to kiss your ass. It's when you got money, you don't have a pot to piss in, they don't know your name. Remember, the banks borrow from the feds times 10, up and loan back 5 to you. If you would have taken that money out of the escrow, leverage in it, and use raise rules, you could have got up to $3 million of borrowed money, which the news said last week that's how rich people, famous people, pay their bills too. I would have told you to take $2 million and get a McDonald's. You want a Big Mac fry and a chocolate shake too? Ultimate goal, this is what I want to do for every one of you. Get your corporation, get your credit, don't have any business from there, line of defense, set up the divisions. Now, if a problem with the division happens, what are we going to do? We're going to go boo-hoo-hoo? No. We're going to play the Donald Trump, the rich and famous people, city. You got a choice. Write down raise rules. And write down the 3-step. Disconnect, isolate, incorporate. I can't save it. I might have to bankrupt it, but I keep all the good pieces. But I don't bring the pain home. Why the hell would I do that? You never had to. Rich and famous people don't. Why would you? Ultimate goal, step number 22. Understand today. When you look in the mirror today doing a raise mirror test, ask one more question. Are you willing to lose family, corporation, or division? I don't lose anything. I want world peace too. But if anything had to be lost, all right, if I lose anything, it'll be a division because it's cheap, and I get another one too. You see, we got to realize one thing. We got to plan the problem. When we play that chess game, we have to lose a piece or two. But winners, at the end of the day, they always get checkmate. You want to play? That's step number 23. Ultimate goal, my wife asked me, July 3rd, 2009, can we take out the yacht, one of the yachts in the Huntington Beach house? The group of people. Why not? Let me go fill it up, use a corporate card, wrote off the card interest rate, got to write it all off, $1,600, and I wrote off the yacht too. Why? Because you're allowed to. I mean, Tiger Woods is 150 feet long. That one was only 68. What can I tell you? The reality is simple. But I got to die. But I came back to help you. Yacht, raceboat, U-Dock, Check it out. You see, ultimate goal is up to you. I got to come back, walk around with an oxygen tank, put my score back to an 820 and pop another card again. You see, I have my closet divisions. I'm not going back to the pier begging and stealing, eating out of a trash can too. I fight through the pain, I open another closet division, and I go again and again. The bank and the grocery store can do this in the city, so can you. Ultimate goal, you never had to bring the pain home since you're 18 years old. You can play. God's using me to help you today. You paying attention? Are these turned on? Now, how did I do it? I wanted out hell bad enough. I didn't like stealing and begging off the pier. I thought it sucked. Eating out of a trash can, too. Being in a coma, another one I get to die. Used and abused sucks, too. From there, you know what happened? Simple. All right, I've been shot twice, knifed 6 times, too, and so much more, you have no idea. But I have my faith and persistence, and I reached the dream. Always. I will never give up until if I was dead. I got to do that, come back too. Think and be the impossible. It's about damn time you pay attention. I don't know why you brought the pain home. You never had to. Ray's rules will teach you the steps you need today. So remember, I make millionaires. You should be at that billionaire boot camp all weekend, but what can I say? You got one more chance to sign up today. Ultimate thing is like motivation. I listen to motivation every morning, but it's always something motivating me about the Bible. That has rules and tools to follow. That's basically the life's book. All the other blah, blah, blah crap, like Johnny said, Tony Baloney ripped him off for $7,500. He took his money and went bye-bye. Remember, I want to build your story. I want to get you an 820 score. Up to that. I want to get you up to 100,000. No, use more than 29%. That's called safety. I want to get you corporations and divisions up to $1 million of credit too. I want you to stop being stuck. So here's a chance you can get the books and CDs, 12 books and CDs. The 1,000 steps rules are right in the books. Half price on a live webinar for $4.99. Use Zelle bank transfer deposit. That's all you got to do. From there, how did the 14th Amendment turn corporations into people? Called the United States of America Incorporated. They got their 50 states. That's line of defense. States have their cities. That's line of defense again, too. Isn't it your turn? Remember, you are past due in setting up your line of defense for you and your family. But again, don't have joint credit. Makes no sense. You buy a house, escrow, close, homestead, put it in a trust. Corporation owes up to $1 million of credit. You got to have divisions for every piece of property. You got to have one for every franchise, every current business. Because if you don't, someone's going to take it away. Remember, I want you to master. Set up the line of defense, see it, believe it, go get it using Ray's rules. Because that way no one can take it away from you. Ultimate goal number 24. So remember, credit rebuilding rapid rescore $4.99. Go to the class if you want to on Saturday at 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time every week. Average case is 90 working days. No case goes past 180, but unless you keep screwing up again and again, if I ask you to do one or two things, you got to follow through too. Remember, if you Zelle that $4.99 now, I give you a Visa cash card back to you. Reimburse yourself, gets an extra $500 with the $750. See, I take away all your excuses. And all you got to do is Zelle now, or bank transfer or wire. Or deposit. Simple to do. Starter package for millionaire. Gotta repackage you. Gotta basically rebuild you. Rapid rescore. You gotta be a qualified CFO. That's just the truth. Articles also tax ID if you don't have it. Set up level 1. 90 days while I do the work for you, and we get to play every week if you want to. On Wednesday and Saturday, either one or both. Office sells it for $2,000. Half price during the webinar is $9.99. $10,000 of cash credit back to you. 10 times your money back. Millionaire in the making. Usually $4,000 comes with the same goodies, but it comes at $25,000 of cash credit. And the price is $1,999 today to you if you did it right away. But again, what can I say? It's Zelle, bank transfer deposit. Ultimate goal, like I said in the beginning today, I'd like to repackage every one of you. Your house, your car, your bank account. So remember, tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all right, I'll be in boot camp for 3 days straight. In person, we open up California on the 15th. I think they finally made most of their mind up. So 18th, 19th, and 20th, you can call 800-510-3338. Get in 1 day, 2 days, or all 3 days. Up to you. You could even bring a guest or two. Ultimate goal at the end of the day, I listen to things online every day too. They all talk about the American dream. I wonder, it's kind of like when I go to the events in live. After they're done talking, I always go to ask questions. My first question is, you going to hold my hand every step of the way? Or I get the book or whatever you're going to give me and I'm on my own? And then I want coaching that costs more and more and more? Well, that's terrible. So I'm going to hold up $10 million of credit. You going to help me get this too, and the money? Oh, you're not? So you're going to be like Tony Baloney did to Johnny? $7,500 and went bye too? Bottom line, we all need help. That's why I want to hold your hand. Receive money every month, pay your bills, drive a company car, go on a business trip, help other people, free up your time. You got to master the line of defense. See it, believe it, go get it. 1,000 steps and rules is $1 million company. 20,000 is $1 billion. Last and final chance. For the end of the day, $4.99. Average case 90 working days. No case goes beyond 180 days unless you don't listen or you keep screwing it up too. And the Visa cash card is only good until I'm done speaking. That way you double your money back to you. Your Zelle, bank transfer, deposit. Starter package for millionaire. All the goodies, workshops for 90 days, 10,000 of credit, $9.99 to you. Millionaire in the making, 25,000 of cash credit, and it's $1,999 today to you. Ultimate goal, you Zelle, bank transfer, deposit. It's all you ever had to do. Remember, stay safe, stay strong. Let's do our best while Jesus does the rest, and amen to that too. Ultimate goal today, getting the next step. Number 25. So your choice right now is to go back to being stuck, all right, or listen to me, join the program so I get to hold your hand too. You heard things today you've never heard before. You got a toll-free number too at 800-510-3338. That's 800-510-3338. And I'm going to do my best all through the day. God's going to do the rest for me. Ultimate goal, He'll do the rest for you too. And never forget, God loves us all.